Hey, Shalom. All right, this is your brother YAWAN. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKudash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, we just got done with camp. A lot of demons popped up, a lot of scoffers. But in the midst of that, we had a young man come up and ask a question. He seen the 12 tribe sign and he said, okay, how do you guys know who the tribes are? Right, one. And, we broke that down to him briefly. He seemed to get it. But again, there was a lot of demons coming up and he was a little bit distracted, I must say. But we broke that down. But his final question was, how do I know what tribe I'm from on this sign? So LDRL was speaking. Now you gotta keep in mind, LDRL is gonna be very thorough. He's not gonna give you just a basic answer most of the time. He's gonna go through the fullness of it. That's the spirit that's on him. All right. And all the brothers, we all have different spirits. The Lord has it that way on purpose. I always say that there's gonna be a portion of the elect for all the men of the Lord to edify. They come from different walks of life. They have different temperaments, different ways they speak. It's just the way it is. But he was given a thorough answer, but she wasn't patient enough for it, which simply means that the Lord didn't want him to get it anyway. But for those who were watching and may want a simple answer, something that the child could understand, I'll first explain lineage. The Lord does lineage different from how the world does it. The world says, hey, you're half of what your mother is, you're half of what your father is. And you take on features from both parents in the flesh, correct? But the spirit that the Lord puts into a body is always by the side of the father, right? So that's what it's talking about. We say, hey, about a seed of your father, right? So another analogy, just to give you two examples, is if I've had orange seeds and I plant some here in Texas, some in Florida, some China, some Russia, all these different lands, the woman representing the land, the man representing the seed. If I plant this orange seed in all these different lands, regardless of the lands I planted them in, when that tree grows, what fruit is it going to bear? It's going to bear an orange tree. So this is how you can get Israelites that may not per se look like Wesley Snipes, may not look like, particular Israelites that are known, right? That look like other nations due to the seed of their father, okay? So bloodline has nothing to do with complexion, which is a lot of people get confused when they see us on the highways and byways. You're gonna get a lot of new people coming up who don't understand these basic topics, these basic things that we've been going into for years, because again, they're new, right? So lineage, that's how that works. Now, let's jump back to how do you track what tribe you're from? One off rip, you're not gonna be able to do that. We've been scattered again into every nation under heaven. We do not have documentation of our family lines. Those records are not there. Okay, but what we have been given is told to us that the believers that are of this bloodline, of Jacob, they're going to be the only ones who truly understand the fullness of the scriptures, and it resonates with them. That's why in Romans 8:16 it says the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. You understand? So that was probably the plain answer that he was looking for. But when you're coming up and you're seeking understanding from the Lord so that you can receive salvation, like it says in Ecclesiastes 5:1, right? My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Ecclesiastes 5:1, it says, keep thy foot when thou comest to the house of the Lord, right? I mean, you just got to be patient. You got to listen. And if the Lord is with you, he'll have it, that answer given to you thoroughly. If you would have waited, and said, hey, man, I'm still kind of fuzzy. Is it a YouTube page I can get on this topic? Is it a video that maybe we could have gave him the link. We could have gave him the YouTube page, but he was in that mama's boy spirit, man. He didn't like the aggressiveness that LDRL speaks. And he can, LDRL is an aggressive man. He's a fiery dude, but does that mean that he's not telling you the truth? Of course not. That's why we got the scripture of Corinthians for him. Rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But there's going to be a lot of people coming up, a lot of new people coming up, and they're going to have these questions on these little topics. And I'll say this, we do got to keep in mind people aren't going to know a lot of the basic stuff that we just kind of skip by because it's so plain to us. But yeah, man, a lot of demons came out tonight, and it's, you know, whenever somebody's trying to get this understanding, there's always going to be stumbling blocks right there to try to sift you. But if the Lord is with somebody to get it, the Lord's going to have it to where they get the understanding. Never feel like, oh man, I could have helped that brother. No, you couldn't have did shit. We're simply like forks and spoons that the Lord uses to feed who he wants to feed. If somebody doesn't get fed, it's because ultimately the Lord doesn't want them to get fed. Remember, the scriptures tell us that man's goings are of the Lord. Okay? The Lord has written out everybody's story. What happened tonight, the way a brother explained something to another, it was written for him to do it that way. Everything's written down. Everything's already mapped out. The Lord is the ultimate director. Okay, so you don't gotta feel no kind of way. That brother, if we would have did it like this, no. If the Spirit's with somebody to get it, they'll get it the same way the Lord endowed you with the understanding. And that was just a quick, man. I just wanted to do that. It was so much confusion, so much, the scarf was on the side, probably fucking up the audio. I still haven't watched Camp Pack yet, but I'm pretty sure it was, might have been rougher to hear a lot of the points that was said and made. Alright? So, just wanted to do that real quick. I'm on my way back to the crib. I couldn't actually read the precepts to drive. Abaratazah, whoever this was for, they got it. And if it, whoever it was for, I know that they got it because the Lord is in control. All right, so Abaratazah, it's edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. I want to give the last apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers. Of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. Right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Okay, shalom.